Grok 4.1 just landed, and it didn't enter quietly. It kicked the door in. This AI went from rank number 33 on the LM Arena leaderboard to number 1 in text performance, almost overnight. That's not a small change. That's Elon Musk's AI basically saying, "We're in charge now." But here's the part nobody expected. In real tests, Grok 4.1 makes about 3 times fewer factual mistakes than Grok 4.0. Not a little better, not slightly improved, it's a big jump in accuracy. And then XAI did something crazy. They made it free. You can open Grok on the web or on your phone and use Grok 4.1 right now without paying anything. The only reason to pay for Super Grok is if you want more messages and higher limits, not a better version of the model. So the real question isn't, should you try Grok 4.1? It's, why haven't you already? Welcome back to Tube Trends AI, where we go deep into AI news, so you don't have to. In this video, I'm breaking down what changed between Grok 4 and Grok 4.1, and more important, what that means for you. You'll see when to use instant mode and when to use thinking mode, how these updates change your daily workflow, and why Grok 4.1 might be the most emotionally intelligent AI you've ever talked to. By the end, you'll know if Grok 4.1 deserves a spot in your daily stack, or if you should stay with what you're using now. And stay with me till the end, because I've prepared a special bonus for you. Something extra useful that you won't want to miss. Let's start with a simple question. What is Grok 4.1? When you hear 4.1, it sounds like a small update, like they just fixed some bugs. That's not what happened. Think of Grok 4 as a powerful sports car, fast, loud, fun, but a little wild and hard to control. Grok 4.1 is the same car after a pro racing team upgrades it. Same engine, same power. But now the steering is smoother, the brakes are smarter, and it actually listens to you instead of trying to throw you off the road. XAI officially launched Grok 4.1 on November 17, 2025, and it instantly replaced Grok 4 as the default model on the X app, the iOS and Android apps. So if you open Grok today, you're most likely already using 4.1, even if you didn't notice the version number. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Grok 4.1 doesn't come as just one mode. It comes with 2 ways of thinking. Normal, non-thinking mode. Very fast answers. Great for simple questions, quick facts, everyday tasks. Thinking mode takes a bit longer. Uses extra reasoning, steps, better for big problems, multi-step logic, coding, planning, or anything where being wrong would cost you. By default, Grok 4.1 runs in auto mode. That means it chooses for you. If your question is easy, it answers fast. If your question is complex, it switches to thinking mode and works harder on the answer. You can also manually choose which mode you want. This matters for productivity, because picking the right mode can save you time or save you from mistakes. So now the big question is, XAI says, Grok 4.1 is more creative, more emotional, and more reliable. But is that real or just marketing? To find out, let's look at the 5 big improvements. This one honestly surprised me. It checks how well an AI can understand emotions. Grok 4.1 didn't just improve a little on this test, it jumped to the top of the leaderboard. But let's forget the test for a second. Here's what it means in real life. Someone typed, "I miss my cat so much it hurts." In Grok 4, the answer was okay, short, simple, a bit generic. In Grok 4.1, the answer was much deeper. It talked about shared memories. It talked about the bond between pets and owners. It sounded like it really understood the sadness. This isn't just nice words. This is the AI picking up your tone, your context, and what you're really asking for. That's a big deal if you use AI for personal support therapy-style conversations, but not real therapy, or just venting after a hard day. It's still not a doctor or therapist, but as a digital listener, Grok 4.1 is way ahead of Grok 4. Now, let's look at creativity. On the Creative Writing V3 test, Grok 4.1 scores around 1708 ELO, which puts it near the top of all AI models for writing stories and creative text. In blind tests, where people don't know which model is which, Grok 4.1's thinking mode beats some very big AI names in creative tasks. XAI also tested this in the real world. They secretly gave some users Grok 4 and others Grok 4.1, and then checked which answers people liked more. Result: people chose Grok 4.1 over Grok 4 about 65% of the time. That means almost 2 out of 3 replies were won by Grok 4.1. It writes more vivid, more human, more like a creative partner, not a machine. Example, XAI asked both models to write a social media post from Grok's point of view, as if it just woke up as a sentient AI. Grok 4 gave a short, meme-style answer. Grok 4.1 wrote a mini-story, talking about feeling fear and curiosity at the same time. You can feel the difference when you use it for tweets, hooks, scripts, or stories. Now this one is huge if you care about truth, not just style. Sometimes AI models make up facts. This is called a hallucination. With Grok 4, about 12% of factual answers could be wrong, around 1 in 8. With Grok 4.1, that number drops to around 4%. That's about 3 times fewer mistakes. In real life, that means if you use Grok to do research, summarize articles, learn difficult topics, you're now getting much more correct information from Grok 4.1 than from Grok 4. XAI did this by training the model more on factual accuracy, letting it use web and Twitter search when it needs fresh info. So now you get better training plus live data. Result: answers you can trust more often. Here's something you'll notice very fast. Grok 4.1 just talks better. XAI tuned it for style, personality, helpfulness, safety, and alignment. Grok 4 often answered with long bullet lists. Useful, but cold, very. Robot, reading a document. Grok 4.1 still has the same knowledge, but replies in smooth, friendly paragraphs. In one example, someone asked about tourist spots in San Francisco. Grok 4 replied with a huge list of places, no guidance. Grok 4.1 replied with a short, friendly paragraph suggesting a few top places, like a local friend giving advice. Same information. A totally different feeling. When an AI sounds more natural, you stay interested longer, you trust it more, you're more likely to follow its tips, and it's just less tiring to read. Grok 4.1 still has a fast, non-thinking mode, a slower, thinking mode. But now, both modes do much better than before. On the LM Arena text leaderboard, where real people vote on which answer is better in blind tests, Grok 4.1 thinking mode is around AT1, with about 1483 ELO. Grok 4.1 non-thinking mode is around A2, with about 1465 ELO. Before this, Grok 4 was down around rank 33. So this is not a small change. It's going from somewhere in the middle to top of the list. Even the fast mode of Grok 4.1 beats most other models, even when those models are in deep thinking mode. Benchmarks that back it up. If you're thinking, okay, nice story, but is there proof? Here are the key numbers. Quickly, LM Arena, Grok 4.1's 2 modes. Take the top 2 spots in text performance. EQ Bench, Grok 4.1's versions take the top 2 spots in emotional understanding. Creative Writing V3, both modes land in the top 3 for writing quality. User tests, about 2 out of 3 users prefer Grok 4.1 answers over Grok 4. Grok 4.1 is measurably better in quality, creativity, emotion, accuracy. How XAI built Grok 4.1. So how did XAI do this? Grok 4.1 is built on the same base model as Grok 4, around 3 trillion parameters, using a mixture of experts' design. Many small expert models working together. They did not start from zero. They took Grok 4 and carefully improved it. They used training data from public web, licensed data user-shared content, their own generated examples. Then they removed duplicate and low-quality data, did extra training on key tasks, used supervised fine-tuning, humans showing good answers, used reinforcement learning with human feedback, rewarding better answers, added model-based reward training to improve style and safety. In simple words, they didn't just teach Grok 4.1 facts, they taught it how to talk, more clear, more helpful, more safe, more like what real users want. That's why Grok 4.1 feels different from Grok 4, even though they share the same core. Scale, context window, and long chats. Now let's talk about size. Both Grok 4 and Grok 4.1 support a 256,000 token context window in the main model. In plain English, that means it can handle very long conversations, big research sessions, even full book-length texts in one go. There's also Grok 4.1, fast, with a 2 million token context window. That's huge. That allows you to paste giant code bases, work with many documents at once, talk for hours in the same chat without it forgetting everything, multimodal, voice, and X integration. Grok 4.1 also keeps all the extra skills from Grok 4. It can understand text and images, work with videos through tools, talk with you using voice mode on mobile, and it's deeply connected to XW Twitter, Force WTE. It can search live posts, look at trends, use real-time conversations as context, so it's not just a static chatbot. It's an AI that can see, read, listen, and search live data. How to use Grok 4.1. Using it is simple. You can go to grok.com, open Grok in the X app, or use the iOS, Android apps. Grok 4.1 is already the default model in auto mode, so most people are using it without thinking about it. It's free with limits. If you pay for Super Grok Premium Plus, you mainly get higher limits, more usage, but not a different model. For developers, Grok 4.1 and Grok 4.1. Fast are available in the XAI API. There's also Grok Code Fast. 1. A special version focused on coding tasks like editing, testing, and refactoring. What Grok 4.1 is best for, let's look at real use cases. 1. Chat and emotional support. Because of its emotional upgrade, Grok 4.1 is better for venting, talking about problems, having deeper chats. When someone wrote, "I miss my cat so much, it hurts," Grok 4 replied with a short, basic answer. Grok 4.1 replied with a longer, warmer message about memories and love. 2. Content creation. On creative writing tests, Grok 4.1's modes rank near the top. People say it's better at tweets and posts, blog outlines, short stories and scripts, poems and hooks. Ask it to pretend it woke up as a sentient AI and write a post, and it gives you fun, clever, story-style answers, not boring text. It feels like a creative partner helping you, not just a tool. 3. Research and fact-checking. If you're writing or studying, Grok 4.1 is much safer than older Grok versions. Because it uses live search over X and the web, has around 3 times fewer hallucinations, is better at checking itself before answering. You get cleaner, more accurate answers. Less time spent fixing mistakes. Great for news, markets, tech topics, and more. 4. Coding. Help Grok 4.1 is also strong at general coding. It can explain code, help debug, suggest better versions, walk you through logic step by step. It might not be the absolute A1 coding model in the world, but for everyday dev work, it's very capable. And if you need more, you can use Grok Code Fast through the API. Grok 4.1 versus Grok 4. Let's compare them quickly. In blind tests, people chose Grok 4.1 over Grok 4 and about 65.1 is near the top. Grok 4.1 is near the top. Grok 4 is much lower. On LM Arena, it agrees too much. Grok 4.1 has something called sycophancy. That means it sometimes agrees with you, even when you're wrong. It's very friendly and smooth, but sometimes it should push back more and doesn't. So for health money, knowledge cutoff. Grok 4 and 4.1 were trained on data up to around late 2024. That means it doesn't know. 2025 events from training for new things, it must search the web or X. If tools are blocked or fail, it might miss the latest updates. So yes, it can answer 2025 questions, but by searching live, not from memory. So, is Grok 4.1 worth your time if you care about emotional intelligence, creative, human-sounding writing, factual accuracy, or just conversations that feel less robotic? Then yes, Grok 4.1 is absolutely worth trying. It keeps everything that made Grok 4 powerful. Big knowledge, long context to 256K, up to 2M in fast versions. Real-time tools for Web plus X. Text, images, and more. And it adds better answers, fewer fake facts, stronger emotional understanding, a more human style. In most tests, people pick Grok 4.1 over Grok 4 about 2/3 of the time. And the best part? You can use it for free right now. Just go to grok.com, open the Grok bot in X, or use the mobile app. XAI took a solid model in Grok 4 and turned it into something seriously impressive with 4.1. More useful, more pleasant to talk to, and more trustworthy. If you tried Grok 4 and thought, yeah, it's okay, Grok 4.1 is the version that might actually change your mind. The research for this video was very deep, and we couldn't show all the sources here. If you want to see every article and test we used, check the links in the description. And if you found this breakdown helpful, let me know in the comments what's your experience with Grok 4.1, and which AI model should I compare next. If you haven't subscribed yet, now's a good time. I'm covering the biggest AI updates as they drop, so you don't have to spend hours reading model cards and benchmark blogs yourself. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.